Hey guys, welcome to another evening of Hello World. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. And you know how I like to start off. I always like to start off with thanking you for being here and reminding you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I also recommend you, really, really open your minds and think about the things that we talk about and, consider sharing it with others because you never know who might benefit from what we talk about. So I definitely like to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time just to be here and just to celebrate life with me. So with that said, how was your day? Did you have a beautiful day today? Um, what about your morning? I know today is a very special day. Traditionally, we celebrate Mother's Day on today. I don't remember why or how they even came up with May being a day to celebrate Mother's Day. I don't know. Maybe we should look that up. So give me a chance. I'm going ahead, go ahead and just Google how Mother's Day came about. Who invented Mother's Day? How about that? Who invented Mother's Day? All right. See what it says. Ah, a woman named Anna Jarvis, the American incarnation of Mother's Day, was created by Anna Jarvis in 1908 and became an official U.S. holiday in 1914. Jarvis would later denounce the holiday's commercialization and spent the latter part of her life trying to move. Oh, wow. Shout out to Anna. I love you. Wow. Why did she do it then? I wonder why. Why did she create it? I wonder why she wanted that. I mean, I could dig why she hates it. Okay, so she basically wanted to honor her mom. And she said her mom was hoping that someone would dedicate something to honor mothers. You see what I'm saying? You see how that is? I'm so glad that I actually saw that. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my cut. Um, I'm so glad that somebody actually did that because this proves that one person can change and shift the entire world. You see the example right here, Anna Jarvis. Shout out to Anna Jarvis. And unfortunately, her idea and her motivation was good and then turned into something else. But do you understand, guys, how it only takes one person to really change everything and what we talk about every day, how that impacts everything that we do? I'm glad that I looked that up. So I want to honor, hey, Clem, how are you? Yes, the person who invented Mother's Day, her name is Anna Jarvis. I just looked it up on Google. And she wanted to honor her mother because her mom said she just wished that she had one day where they would honor a mother. And that is how it was created. One person who was motivated by someone else, see, by someone else who they wanted to meet that person's need above anything else just to give them honor. Do you see what happens when you do things genuinely? How that can morph into something big. It's unfortunate that other people took the idea and started to make it a commercial thing. So shout out to Anna Jarvis. I'm sorry that everything has turned and morphed into something more than what you wanted. And she said, and it also said in that Google search that she spent the latter part of her life trying to remove the day from the calendar because it became too commercialized. I want to give her a shout out. Shout out to Anna Jarvis. May you rest in peace. Um, she definitely made me proud just now because I was about to go in on Mother's Day, but I really am so super, super, super thankful for her thought and her motives and the reason behind why she did what she did. Um, so yes, shout out to her. And speaking of which, today's topic, what is today's topic? Tradition. Yes, it falls right onto tradition. But before I go into that, I want to tell you guys about my day because we always have to talk about my day. So today was a beautiful day. Um, I woke up and I went to church. And then after church, I went to the gym. I had a good time at the gym. Although I heard some devastating news at the gym, it really affected me. Uh, actually, the only person that I've allowed to train me at the gym has moved on um, to another facility. And it's kind of it was kind of devastating because I've seen this person every day or majority of the time span that I've been at the current gym. I've been there for a very long time and I've known them for quite some time as well. And it was just a little devastating to hear that they were gone. Of course, anything that you've been used to doing in a pattern is always sad. It's always shocking and sad for it to go. And mind you, I had been thinking about this person for a while lately. And I guess this is why, because the shift has finally happened. So I do say much respect to them, and they are a great trainer. So I hope that they get a lot of clients and have a lot more clientele, and just extremely happy and successful in their new endeavor in life. So yes, that was a little devastating, but just glad to know that they told me, and I will definitely check them out in their new facility. Um, who knows what life has to hold and what it brings. So I also want to say shout out to everybody who's watching. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time because it is traditionally Mother's Day. And I also want to reiterate, I'm super, 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 super excited and ecstatic to know that the creator of Mother's Day hated Mother's Day in the latter part of their life only because they turned it to a commercial money making machine day. Hi, Jenny B. Shout out to you. So, shout out to Anna Jarvis. Go look her up, guys. I just simply Google searched who invented Mother's Day. She did it from a heart of gratitude. She created it because she wanted to fulfill um a desire that her mother wanted, where somebody would recognize a mother. And again, that's what I keep on telling you guys. If you are one individual, Anna Jarvis was one individual, and now look at that. Billions of people, the entire world celebrates this day her, because of her doing something for someone else. Now, the way it morphed into something else, sometimes an idea can turn into that if you don't kind of protect it. So I kind of just want to also reiterate that when you do come up with your ideas, because we all are working on our vision boards, right? When you do come up with that idea, make sure you protect it so that people can't really change it far from what you had intended it for it to be. So, speaking of tradition, I am not as traditional as I used to be anymore because of the commercialization of things. Um, I used to love, 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 love Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving to me was one of the few holidays where, it wasn't as commercialized because I think it emphasized too much about family togetherness. Um, but there was personal reasons why I no longer really love that holiday anymore. Some people, and that's my fault because I allow the actions of others to determine how I feel about a day. Um, but currently, Thanksgiving is no longer my favorite holiday because of the actions of others. And although I did have a beautiful Thanksgiving in 2018, it was great. But there were some Thanksgivings where I was just like, you know what? I don't like it anymore. but, anyhow, um, these are the reasons why I am not traditional. You guys can chime in and let me know what your favorite holiday or tradition is and share that, because just because I'm not traditional doesn't mean that I can't pay homage and like celebrate and be happy for you and what you love to do. Oh, and also, again, shout out to the mothers. Happy Mother's Day to you. You guys are amazing people. Um, you give life, you sustain life, and you just are amazing. And especially if you are a mother who actually nurtures your seedlings or children and really, really, really give 100,000% of your life and your being to the development of your kids. So shout out to you guys. Continue in the effort. And I feel your pain when you feel pain. I'm not a mother, but I can only imagine because I was a kid once. Jenny B says, having a Coca Cola Classic in a glass bottle midnight on Christmas Eve with me, immediate family is one of our biggest traditions. That is a beautiful thing. See, now that I believe is amazing because she didn't say anything about gifts. She just said the family being together. Guys, that is amazing when you can have a bonding experience when your immediate family can get together. Whether you argue or not, it doesn't matter, but you still get together on a day where you all collectively can get together and just enjoy each other's moments. That right there is part of leaving your legacy. Sorry if I just got all in the computer, but I just get excited just when I hear some good stuff like that because it's motivation. And for anybody who watches afterwards or watch and don't comment, that should give you guys something to look forward to in your own family. Maybe you can pick a part of their tradition and make it your own, because there there is nothing under the sun that is original. We may change things to make it fit our perceptions, but there's nothing that hasn't been done that is or hasn't already existed. So, let's get that off the table and just remember that. Uh, I used to celebrate birthdays, but to me, it doesn't matter. Like, it's cool that it's cool that you celebrate a birth, but I think of it as, man, that was a painful day for a few people. One, my dad probably was scared out of his mind, hoping that the delivery went all right. Two, my mother was probably like, get this baby out. And three, they had to cut her open just to get me out. And all the changes that the baby does to a mother's body, that it's cool that I'm here, but to celebrate that, I don't know. To celebrate who I've become, that right there, I think is worth doing. Because I believe that I am still becoming a better person every day. And just to see how far I've come in my own personal mind, just thinking about how far I've come to where I am now, I am actually proud. I'm proud of Joy and who I am. And if you guys are not proud of who you are, then I start to say, start thinking about the things that give you gratitude. And then slowly but surely, you'll start seeing how life is beautiful. You'll start seeing how important you are. And then you'll start making important decisions in your life to help encourage others. Yes, it works just like that. So, no, I'm not traditional with the birthdays, but I must say, For my birthday, I'm not, but for other people, I am. And I won't necessarily do anything traditional on the actual birthday because I like to surprise people. So I'll do something like days or weeks before. Or I may just surprise somebody with something that they may not have had in a long time or whatever, or just something. I think that we should give each other tokens every day, and not monetary tokens, not necessarily things like that, but tokens of like a smile, cheese, 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 a nice comment. Those are tokens that show appreciation to a person. Um, so yes, I think that we should adapt that as a tradition on a day-to-day basis. I am drinking my alkaline water, guys. Just lemon and water to get the mucus out. And instead of chips, I have cookies today. So I might crack it open. We shall see if the tempt of my tummy decides to get hungry. Ooh, that matched. What do I feel about New Year's? Um, hmm, I think I just like that people want to gather together. I think I appreciate traditions for those reasons, but why can't we gather together more frequently and stop waiting for like that one time a year, you know? 4th of July, like I said, I don't really celebrate these holidays anymore because I think of the reasons as to why these holidays came about. Yeah, we have our freedom, but look at the millions of people who died in order to give us the freedom that we have now. So, yes, I pay honor to those who survived and also those who sacrificed their lives. We were talking about sacrifice last night, but I do give honor to that. Hey, Just Sandy, how are you? Welcome to Hello World. Today, we are talking about tradition, so feel free to chime in on what you feel is something that's traditional for you and that you love. I was just simply stating that I'm not really traditional anymore because I think a lot of the things that we do fall under an umbrella of spending money. And while it's okay to spend money on things, it's just I think that sometimes focus a little bit more on spending money than the actual reasons why we do that. Why things have started. So I also found out, just Sandy, Anna Jarvis invented Mother's Day. And I was thinking in my head, like, well, where did Mother's Day come about and who invented it? She literally invented it because her mom wanted a day just to celebrate a mother. And so it goes back to like episodes that we've talked about when one person has a true desire and a motive fueled by other people, how that thing can become something so big. Anna Jarvis ended up hating Mother's Day because it became so commercialized. And she wanted to wipe the actual Mother's Day off the calendar. But, once money starts getting into the mix and you can make profit, huge profit, then, your idea is no longer acceptable to be deleted. So, I was just so excited and I'm surprised. I want to honor Anna Jarvis. I didn't read deeply to find out whether she was actually a mother herself, but shout out to her and her efforts. And I think we should celebrate the fact that Anna Jarvis did it for her mom. She created this day on the calendar because of her mother. And that shows love and dedication and how you'll do anything for somebody, for another being, just to make them happy. So that right there excited me so much. So those are the reasons why I'm not traditional to the sense as to what goes on now. Like if it's Christmas, I love the holidays, but to have one day just to highlight how I truly feel about people and want to gather with people, I don't think that's pretty fair. I rather make it a habit to get together with people, maybe once a week, once a month, or twice a month, just because humans, as we are, it's important for us to commit to bonding with each other so we can heal, because ultimately we are broken throughout the course of life. Some of us are, some of us are able to admit that and want to work on that, and then you become free. Mm, free, yes, free. Right? A lot of people think they're free, but if you have things that are underlying in you that still hurt you, you're not free. If you can't talk about a lot of your life because you're embarrassed about certain aspects, then you're really not that free. And I think to a degree, all of us will have those things that we need to take to the grave. Yes. But I'm just saying, generally speaking, that we should be able to be open books, because being an open book, and shout out to the Shamrock. She was on last night, and she is going to share her personal story because she truly believes that there's someone out there that needs to hear it. So I'm saying shout out to Shamrock. She just We all should encourage her. Go show her page some love. I probably didn't say her name all the way right, but she is digging deep to talk about something in her life that was that happened throughout the course of her life so that it could help someone else. I think that's amazing. We all have those stories. We all have a story to tell. And I think that if it keeps on pressing in your heart that you need to talk about it, then it's not for you necessarily. It might be for someone else who might need it more than you. So don't discount the negative experiences in life as something that's a shameful or hide that you want to hide, because those experiences might free someone else. And what is life and what is humanity if we can't help each other out? So, yes, I do like Christmas. I do like New Year's. I do like 4th of July. I do like Mother's Day. I do like all of these days, but I just don't like the fact that I think we lose the human aspect of why these days actually came about. I think if we truly remembered 4th of July for what it was, where it was like all these people who actually died, I don't think we would be doing fireworks. I don't think we'd be having concerts. I don't think we would be having barbecues per se. I think that day we would probably be, solemn, and not solemn like and sad, but just, more so like, you know what? I appreciate the sacrifices. I appreciate the fact that I still have my family and I'm able to live, at peace to a degree, or protected to a degree, because someone else is willing to sacrifice their time to do so. That's what I believe is the true meaning, for 4th of July, especially. Um, where all these other things came from, they're not bad. I don't think they're bad, because fireworks are beautiful, but it's just, like, do we really need that? I don't know. Um, Gathering together, I think that's beautiful. I think fireworks do bring people together, but I think we should remember the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? The reasons why. Um, Thanksgiving. Again, like I said, that used to be my favorite holiday. I still enjoy Thanksgiving as long as I am around people that are truly, 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 truly in love with just being around other human beings and just talking. I don't need to have a big meal. Anyway, you guys know I'm a vegetarian, so I don't need the turkey, definitely won't eat ham, definitely won't eat chicken, but just to sit around with people and maybe, have a plate or two, just talking, reminiscing. That right there is the best. I love it. It's amazing. Yes. That right there is amazing. New Year's can do that too. This past New Year's, I told you guys I had like the most amazing time, because while everybody else was, partying and doing it, it was just me and this one other person, this one other woman, like we were on the same wavelength, just chit-chatting about life. And to me, that was the best New Year's I had ever had in a long time. I wasn't focused on the ball dropping or the concerts, the singing, and people just kept on walking in and out, asking us if we were okay because we were like a deep conversation just about life, and that was amazing. So that was so good. I enjoyed it. I hope I run into her again one day. And mind you, it was one of those, it wasn't even a planned thing for me, because I had just gotten the invite maybe 2 days prior to New Year's, and I was like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not driving nowhere. Then I said, you know what? Let me just go, do something that instead of being in the house, just do something, be around people. So that was the best decision that I had ever made, guys. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow of life, and you will never know when you flow with life how many doors will open, how many good experiences you can have. Sometimes experiences might not be good, but they may help you have a better perspective on what you already have, or just a better perspective on the whole in general. So, yes. What else? What other holidays are there that we celebrate that are like Father's Day? I have a big thing about Father's Day. Like, I just feel like fathers do not get, um, they don't get as much credit as they should. I'm going to show you something. I have a t-shirt that I created. Now, mind you guys, I do have a t-shirt company. While I go get something real quick, I want you to look at the links below. Take a look at the Shop My Merch. If you want to learn about Be the Difference, the company, a little bit about me, then you can look at that. If you ever wanted to see any of the people who have been on the Our Lives Seen Through My Eyes series, you can look at their names and see the topics that they talked about and definitely be encouraged. This is this channel is really dedicated for us, for all of us who really want to be better people and be better ourselves, to like really do it. Oops. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you, and then I have to explain what it means. Okay, I'm back. So guys, don't mind don't mind the shirt because I wear it quite often. So it pretty much looks worn. So I created this shirt. I specifically did it for Father's Day. It simply says, I love my dad. And I'll tell you why I just put an image of a man with no children on there or anything. And this is supposed to be purple. And if any of you know anything about colors and such chakras or whatever, color is a color of royalty. So purposely put it in purple because I want men and father figures to know that they are still royal and needed. And I simply put, I love my dad because I don't think fathers get that much credit. You know, we don't run out and go buy them the best of things. We don't go out and traditionally buy them flowers. I don't know if fathers want flowers anyway, but like, we don't go out and just, really necessarily want to take them out to dinner and, have all of these beautiful things and buy them the best outfits. We don't really do that. And I kind of wanted to say, you know, mothers, we love you, but fathers are just as important. And I think if we emphasize a little bit more on how fathers are important, then maybe the fathers who may not be the best fathers that they can be will step up, because now we're saying, we recognize you, and whether you're doing a horrible job or not, step up. And it also was something that, just something unique and original that we could just, give to our dads. And just to remind men that you're still royal and you're still needed and still appreciated. So that's pretty much the reason as to why that was made. So, yes, I think fathers are just as important as mothers. Um, they should be celebrated just as much, and especially for the ones that are really trying. Now, you guys, remember there are some dads out there who are trying their hardest to be in their children's lives, but sometimes some mothers want to be difficult and won't allow it. So we have to remember that sometimes those things happen. And it's rather unfortunate, but sometimes that's how it is. Then you have some fathers who become full time fathers for whatever reason, so they now take on a full time role of caring and nurturing for a child as well. You know, again, I'm not here to judge the situations that people go through and why, but it just reminds us that, fathers deserve to have the better bow tie. They deserve to have the enjoyments that mothers get too. So and the cards, the fathers do need to get like the very warm, heartfelt cards as well. We need to raise up and kind of like show a little bit more to fathers too. Uh, you know what? If you look on a traditional calendar, you will see every day there's pretty much a holiday. You have Grandparents' Day, you have Kids' Day. I don't know why kids need a day. Then you have like Nurses' Day. Then you have Administrative Assistants' Day. You have Secretary's Day. You have like Dog Day. You have There's something celebrated on every day. And I'm telling you guys, like, I don't know. you know? Shout out to the people who fight hard to have those days created, and may those days that are created never lose the true essence of why they were created. So yes, after many years of going with the flow of things and getting stuck in the commercialization of holidays, I just stopped one day and I'm like, you know what? This is you know, I want somebody to appreciate me for what I do for them on a daily basis. And so when those holidays come, I might, do something here or there, but trust and believe that I would rather spend time with people than to, kill myself and become part of the trend of the commercialization aspect of the holiday. Um, So traditions, there's nothing wrong with having traditions. Um, I do a tradition now, which is to meet with you guys on Hello World every single day. So that's more like a tradition, but I don't think it's a bad one because we're learning from each other. And I think that's something worth loving. Um, you know, I think that's something worth sharing and appreciating and feeling gratitude for the fact that, you know what, people are giving me a little bit of their time every day. And I think that is so amazing. You know what else is dope too about traditions when we take out the commercial aspect of it? Um, like Jenny B, I'm just gonna use you as an example. Like Jenny B. Her mom lives in another part of pretty much the states. And her mom will come down to celebrate certain traditions with them. And I think the fact that, maybe they do exchange gifts or not, but just the simple fact that she loves coming to see her daughter or her children enough that she's going to come down and spend time, guys, time that you will never get back. That is amazing. I think that is so amazing. That bond that they have where they will get together and do their thing. I think that is amazing. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of families that do that. And that's amazing as well. That's what makes a family strong. When a family is strong, it doesn't necessarily have to be strong because of the monetary gains, but it's the quality of life that you guys put to put into each other. You know, families are not perfect. People argue, people fight, people stop talking to each other for sometimes weeks, years, and days or hours. But the simple fact that you get past those things, you want to get to know people. And then, even when you have the rift, sometimes those traditions will be so strong that you just have to get back together just for that traditional moment. So, in a way, it's not bad because it could turn an upside down situation back right side up. So, traditions could definitely do that. Easter. The heck is Easter? Like, I never understood Easter. I mean, religion will say Easter is about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, but I don't think we need that one day to recognize that. We should be recognizing that every single day because if he died and rose within 3 days, if we don't celebrate the fact that he did that for us every day, then I don't know. I'm just saying, not knocking religion, not knocking anything, not knocking traditions, but it's just, let's just remember when it comes to Easter Sunday, what do we typically do as churches? We have breakfasts, early rise breakfast, and we have special guest speakers. We have special performances or ministerial things, singing and entertainment. Then we have our traditional um, Palm Sunday, handing out palms, and then we have to get dressed in the finest. Were you wearing your Easter suit? You're not wearing nothing new for Easter to go to church? Come on, guys. That's not the way I believe Easter should be celebrated. Sorry, don't mean to step on any toes, but think about it. A man died for our sins, so we don't have to sacrifice to animals anymore. And yet, we have to go and buy dresses, have guest speakers. Why not just have a moment of silence and an adoration and thankfulness for the sacrifice that was made? Let's not go too far away from what it was the true meaning was. I'm not knocking anybody, nothing wrong with the breakfasts, nothing wrong with wanting to look nice to go to church, but remember the motive. Remember the reason why the sacrifice was made and stick to that. That's all. So yeah, I don't celebrate Easter. Um Traditionally where I go buy a new dress and get all dressed up. No. Every day I'm thankful for the sacrifice. So that's just me. What else? St. Patrick's Day. Now, see, that's I'm not gonna mess with St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick's Day brings people together. Uh, they drink a lot, but it brings people together. And honestly, I'm sure it's nothing far off than what is done on a more consistent basis. So, I'm not gonna mess with St. Patrick's Day. Um, there's so many other holidays, that we traditionally celebrate. You know, I just think if we can take the commercial aspect out of these holidays, I think we'll I think then we'll be able to be more within that humanistic quality. We'll have that. We'll have more belief in humanity. We'll have the desire to be in a humanitarian type of atmosphere, you know? Um, I think we should celebrate botanical gardens more. I'm gonna go to a botanical garden with a friend of mine very soon. New York is very close by, so I'm gonna go And I just want to go. I will have to take a Zyrtec that day because some smells of flowers really just, irritate me, irritate my sinuses. So I'm not even gonna lie, as natural as I try to be, sometimes I need the quick fix. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. Um, but botanical gardens, that's beautiful. Now, a lot like if any one of you have ever been to New York, you have the Met, which is the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art. Um, all of these beautiful places that are free. You pretty much all you have to do is give a donation. Whatever donation you want to give is up to you. But the Natural Museum of History, all of these things are free to go to. Just if you want to leave a donation, you can. You don't have to. But like these are things that we should be traditionally going to, celebrating those things, celebrating the history of art, and celebrating the people who, have the exhibits there. That I think is amazing. That those are things that I think that we should focus more on. I told you guys I went to the park the other day and I had a good time going at the park. I thought it was amazing just to be able to be free and just to sit and enjoy and relax. The same benches that are there to clean and just watching people as they go by and live their lives. And, just breathing in, I guess, fresh air. I don't know, but just breathing in natural air and just enjoying the scenery and being able to see the scenery with the eyes and the vision that I have at this moment. So, we need to grab hold of those things a little bit more and enjoy them, right? That can be a beautiful tradition. And it doesn't even cost anything. You know what I mean? Like, so in one aspect, I'm not traditional because I'm not for that commercialization, but I'm traditional because I believe in the togetherness that it can could provide on those days. And thankfully, our jobs, if we work jobs, you're allowed that national holiday off. So there's no excuse why you don't get together with your family, friends, loved ones, or whoever. Um, today is Mother's Day, and I celebrated mothers as much as I could. I, at work, I even gave them a custom song. I gave them a song. I gave the mothers at my job a song that no one has ever sang before to them. Inspirational. And I hope it's etched in their soul for the rest of their lives because they're not going to get that song no more. So, I celebrated them. I celebrated mothers that I knew. And I celebrated mothers at the gym, whoever was at the gym. I even gave a gift to one of the mothers who I know just needed a word of encouragement. I hope they received it that way. I don't know. But I definitely wanted to give them something that was unexpected. You know what I mean? Those are ways that you can debunk the commercialization of these traditions that we've learned to just commercialize. Like, I think just doing something around the holiday, not necessarily on the holiday, makes it even better because it makes a person feel like, wow, you were thinking of that and it's not even a holiday. So unexpected, right? That's dope. I think, I don't know. I'm weird like that. I'm weird like that. So, what other traditions do you guys celebrate? I remember um, in the house when I was growing up, uh, we used to we used to have a tradition of planting the garden together. I think I might want to do that this summer. I need to ask my dad if that's something that he would want to do. Like we plant the garden together and like really like that's cool. It creates an everlasting legacy for each one of us. And that's really dope. So hopefully, he hasn't already planted his garden yet, and I need to do my due diligence and reach out and see if I could be a part of that. Because as you plant, you can talk to the soil, talk to, you know, your plants that are going to grow there and be fruitful. Now that I understand and appreciate how nature is to me, I could definitely give them my love, and hopefully they'll grow and produce juicy fruit that will nurture me and make my insides happy. Yes. So yeah, I mean, simple things, guys. Simple things. You can make a tradition out of anything. Playing board games together. We used to do that. I remember we had gotten this Monopoly set, and it was a Monopoly set that had all of these gold pieces. But the fact of the matter is, we sat down and played that Monopoly game for days on end. I will never forget that. It was amazing. And that was a tradition that had started, and I loved it. Just simple family things, simple family gatherings. I remember too, um, you know, the church I used to be a part of, we had a youth group, and the Super Bowl, it was either the Super Bowl or some type of football, some type of sporting event. And I got everybody to come over and we had a party. It was the best. I had such a good time. I had a great time with them. We joked, we laughed, we piled up on top of each other, watched TV. It was cool. It was definitely cool. That's why I like gatherings. I think I adapted the gathering situation from my mom and my dad. They definitely used to do that, and that's a tradition that I will continue on with, and I think it's amazing. And all of these things didn't even require much. I supplied everything, and some people chipped in and brought stuff too. But I didn't want people to feel burdened not to come because they didn't want to bring something or couldn't afford to bring something. So I took it upon myself to do it. Um, so yes, guys, sometimes in order for us to do things, sometimes we need to sacrifice. Yeah, I just love the fact that every time we talk, everything always ties together. Sometimes we have to sacrifice our own needs if it's going to make things better for more people, right? And have a legacy. Leave a little piece of yourself, a little legacy of a moment in time that was not wasted. Bam. Guys, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I really, 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 I enjoy, hello world. I enjoy that this came together. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that my TV stopped giving me all of those precious channels. I'm so glad that I am working and operating in my purpose. And I hope that, no, I know that you are operating in your purpose because we've talked about it for too long for you not to put it into action. So I'm glad that you are operating in your purpose. I'm glad that if you don't know what your purpose is, you're seeking it out. I'm glad that you are working on your vision boards and looking at your vision boards, giving yourself time to get to know yourself and giving yourself just time to be with yourself and to enjoy your own company. Mhm. I'm glad that you guys have applied those. I'm not going to say anymore, I hope. I'm glad that you are. And I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I can't wait to see what you guys say to me when your vision boards start really producing everything that you desire. I can't wait for you to say that because when you do, other people who watch will be like, wow, if it worked for them, it can work for me. Yes, that's the point. Hello World isn't here just to, simply talk about things and blow stuff in the air. It's about action. It's about putting what we talk about into action and simply spreading our joy, our hearts, the good parts of us to others. Not and having the good parts of us outshadow the bad parts that we consistently allow to bog us down because we always seem to think that the little aspects of our lives that aren't as good are the worst things and makes us the worst people in the world when it's just that little 10%. No, 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 no. I want to focus on the 90%. That is amazing. That is beautiful. That is just so needed and necessary. That's the part that you should always be reminded of. And if you need a reminder, bam, I'm here. Yes, I am to remind you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are necessary. You are needed. You are loved. You are loved. You are the light that someone needs. You are the encouragement waiting to happen for someone that needs it most. You have the gift of whatever it is that someone needs. You are going to give your gift freely, lovingly, not begrudgingly, but lovingly and happily anytime because you know that it's necessary. You know that the world changed. The world is changing and has been changing for the better for so long, and you want to be a part of that. You want to have your imprint, your legacy to prove that it was in the groundwork and foundation of the changing of our country, our world, our society, human nature. You are the reason why interactions between your own immediate family and your own family and friends or whoever you encounter is that much better. You are the reason. And because you work on yourself on a daily basis, you are that reason. Without you working on yourself and without you bettering yourself, without you considering yourself better, greater, important, without you doing any of those things, the world didn't change. But the fact that you did, it is. And it's continuously changing. It's progressing for humanity to be more important than all the other things that we have. You are reminding people, we are reminding people that time is the most lucrative thing in the world. How you are cashing it in and how you are spending it could be good or bad. It's just what are you doing with that? Right? Because time equals legacy. Legacy equals moments. Legacy equals change. Legacy equals, man, I missed them for who they were. But even though I missed them, I'm picking up where they left off and keeping it going. That's how our world keeps on refreshing itself for the better. We're taking care of nature. We are taking care of our houses, our bodies, our mental status. We're taking care of the money that we have because we know how important and how valuable time is. And we don't want to waste it on frivolous things like trying to catch up to our finances, trying to catch up to those late payments. We're not wasting it on that. We're using that to make someone happy, to make our lives happier, right? We're using it to input into someone that has a need greater than ours so that they can turn around and input theirs into someone else who needs just as bad as them or worse. Yeah, maybe there will always be homeless people, but does the number have to be so high? Yeah, there will always be people who have emotional and depression issues, but does the number have to be that high? Right? We're not trying to eliminate, we're trying to decrease to minimal. And that's what we're doing. That's what we are doing. We are decreasing all of the bad things of life and increasing all of the things that was intended for life to be. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that exciting? Doesn't that just make you jump for joy and make you happy that you are a part of that now? Doesn't that make you feel good? That you, let's just say you do plant a garden. You can do one in your home. But let's just say if you have enough land and you are planting a garden, that you're putting so much love and attention to it that it gives you and yields the best fruit, the best vegetables, the best, just because you sowed that much love into it. Make that memorable. Start taking pictures of your produce that you do grow. Share it. And then maybe you'll get such a bountiful yield of harvest that you can share with others that don't have. That $3 seed now can feed how many people? And it's natural, not too many pesticides in it. Come on, guys. Remember, I'm on here every single night between 7 and 9. I thank you guys for tuning into Hello World. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing, turning on your notification bell so when you see that I'm on, because I don't go on every night the same time, but you can tune in. I thank you guys for being the difference with me. I thank you guys for giving me a little bit of your time. I love you guys because you are actually putting what we talk about into action. That makes me the most happy. That makes my heart jump and I don't know, like it puts a smile on my face because I know you guys are really trying your best to really, really put what we talk about into action. I know it, I feel it. That's how I know. I'm glad that you are becoming inspirations to the very people around you, even to yourself. You know, we all have a little self confidence that needs to work, that needs working on. But the fact that you recognize it and you are working on it every day from the time that Hello World came about, that's amazing. You don't have to tell me anything. I feel it. Trust me. That's why I'm so overjoyed. Anybody who's new to watching Hello World, I recommend you watch all of the previous episodes. Not because I want the view, but because I know that there's something in there that's going to help you. It helps me. Shoot, definitely helps me. And I'm a better person because of it. I'm a better person because you guys give me your time, because you guys encourage me. Whether you say something encouraging or just pop up on the chat to say hello, that makes me feel so good because it shows me I'm not alone at this time of recording. I'm not alone during this live. It just tells me that you care enough to say, you know what, Joy, keep on going, keep on pushing on. And I will. Because of you, you guys give me the motivation and the inspiration. Let me get out of here before I get a little too emotional, but simply saying I'm not traditional when it comes to commercialization, but I'm all for a tradition of gathering, of humans, of us humans really remembering the essence as to why we live and breathe, why we're here to help each other. That's what I'm for. So until I see you guys tomorrow between 7 and 9, I just say thank you again. I appreciate you. You are amazing. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. Your life is so valuable. Even in the moments that you think that there is nothing to value, you are so amazing. And the fact that you continue every day, That's amazing. That's you showing gratitude to your creator, whoever it is, whether it be God, whatever you believe. I believe in God, but whatever you believe, that's you showing you appreciate them or whoever. Don't ever give up. Just keep on pushing on, because the more you do, you'll see why life is so beautiful and how it's amazing. Thank you guys again. Until tomorrow, turn on your subscriptions and share the video.